All right, guys, welcome. We're getting ready to trade the open here. Let's see what we got going on. Wait for some of you guys to trickle in. Market's going to open in 2 minutes. Okay, am I rolling? Can't tell. Test. Let's see here. Okay, looks like we are going. All right, so we're going to manage we got a few trades that we got to manage positions, namely Disney. Disney looks like it's given us some problem. I have a strangle on Disney, and it is a 110.97. I'm getting some pressure to the downside, and this thing I believe expires in July. So we're going to take a look at that and see if that is indeed when we expire. So I'll open this up, and you can see right here, here's my Disney strangle. I'm down $100. It does expire in July, and if we go to Tasty, we can see that the July expiration is indeed 21 days to expiration. There's the opening bell, and we are now free to roll this thing, right? We roll at 21 days. So what are we going to do? How do we manage this trade? We do have earnings over on July 31st, so I have a couple things that I can do. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do right now, but we will see how Disney is reacting at the open here, if we do even get some more downside pressure. So the first thing I'm going to do until I make my decision is I'm going to take this 110 and probably roll it down to 104. But I need to decide, am I going to stay in the same time frame, or should I roll out in time? I'm not sure I want to turn this into an earnings trade, right? I'm not sure that's the best bet for me right now. So it looks like this is holding some support down here. If I go to the daily, let's just see what the daily chart looks like. Right here, I mean, we're testing this low. If this breaks, we could have a shot down to 92. Does it get there before earnings? Maybe. What was this big massive red candle about? I'm not even sure what that's about. Is there anything in the news? So this is how I'm going to analyze this and see what we are going to do. Disney and Apple almost merged. ABC launches. Goldman Sachs adjusts target on Disney to 163 from 164. So Goldman downgrading it by $1, and they're saying it can go up to 164. I mean, I don't know if that would really adjust the price. Okay, let's see here. And sorry guys if you can hear the kids in the background. I've got 5 kids. They're going to be talking. Toy Story breaks records. All right, so nothing a lot in the news that suggests why this thing is selling off, other than we're just in a downtrend. I mean, look at this chart. Where is my drawing tool? Right here. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to draw right here. Right, it's going down. Okay, we got lower highs, lower lows. This thing could come down to 92. So let's pull open Tasty here, and maybe we do go over earnings. I'm just going to go out to August 21 because I wouldn't mind owning Disney if we can get it. So we'll go strangle, hit go. So we can go a 90, 110 for 322. And what are we at right now? Disney, yeah, so I can collect so I'm going to roll this thing. I'm going to go roll. We'll trade it over earnings. Or maybe we can just collect some premium into earnings. So we'll go to August, and we're going to go a 90 put. And we're going to go a 110 call. I can collect a 97-cent credit on this. So now I got a 90, 110. I'm still within. So this would be this swing high. Let me go to the daily. So I'd have this 110, and then I'm all the way down to 90. So I've got this range would be my new strangle. move this down to 90. So we can bump out to August. Since we're 21 days to expiration, we're going to roll this thing out. We're going to go 110, 90, and collect 97 cents credit. Now guys, this is not financial advice. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. But we are 21 days to expiration. We need to roll this out in order to follow the mechanics. So we're going to go preview, send. All right, so we got our 97 cents. So what I do is I keep track of it. I mean, some people use spreadsheets. I keep it on the wall in a sticky note. So I have my original one was 110.97 for $1.24. Now 0.97. I'm going to add this up. 11, 12, 221, 110.90. So now I've got 110.90, right? And I'm in for $2.21. However, when we collect profit on this, we base it off of the original credit collected. So I collected $1.24 originally back when I put the trade on. Disney had this big red candle, you know, came down right to my strike, but luckily we're 21 days to expiration now, so we managed it out, rolled out to August, increased our time, and now we're $2.21 into the trade, right? That's how much we've collected, but when we sell, we base it on $1.24. So something where I only collect $1.24, I'm probably just going to try and make 25 bucks on this. So if once this new strangle, right? So if we look at Disney, my new basis on this is $2.21. So what I would probably do is go here, close. I'm going to sell this for $1.91.95. Right? If it hits this before earnings, I'm out. That's my. So I'm going to do $1.95. Good till canceled. Send. And just let that sit, and if we get out of it, we get out of it, and if we got to manage it post earnings, we'll manage it post earnings. So that we manage that strangle. That's how we do that when it gets close to our strike and we are 21 days to expiration, and it's bouncing right off that now. But you know what, we can't get distracted by the noise of the chart. We have to follow the mechanics. What else we got going on here? My Rocket Lab, this says down 273, but this is deceiving because I've rolled this. So Rocket Lab, it took a big dump. And let's go pull up the chart to see before we start finding new trades. We got to manage our existing positions. Okay, so Rocket Lab, I have a 90.75 strangle, but I think this one also expires in July, so we can also roll this one out. Let's take a look. Right, so this is July 90.75, and my basis, since I've done some rolling on this, is $6.77. So I'm down about 100 bucks in this one. But now, since we're 21 days to expiration, we have to roll this thing out. So let's pull open Tasty Trade, RKLB. We're still out of 40. We got earnings on August 6th. Something as volatile as Rocket Lab. I don't think I'm going to go over earnings. Let's just see if we can get anything on what this looks like. So the price of, so this thing is right around, let's just say 775. What can we roll to in July and collect about 775? Again, we were at 90 and 75 strangle. So if we can go to a 70 and maybe like a 95, that's about right. So we can gain $5 on either side and just bump out by 2 weeks and basically roll out 2 weeks for almost a break even. Now let's look at the chart. Rocket Lab's bouncing right here. You know, do we need cushion below 75? I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do that. So this is a 37 delta 95. The 70 is a 22 delta. So we're not quite delta neutral. If we want to remain delta neutral, I'd almost even go at 76, 95. Then we collect 1017. We're delta neutral on the trade, and we can just watch it go. 75, 95. That's a pretty tight window, but it's had a massive move too. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do here. Maybe we go 70. This thing looks like it's 92 right here. 100 would make me feel better because it gets up to this peak. Let's see if we can get 100 to the upside. It looks like it had a massive drop. If we go to 100 and 75 and 100, and then if it keeps going down, I do have some room to roll this down. Let's try that. Let's go 75, 100. We'll keep the put the same, and it looks like we're going to bounce here. So we are going to roll Rocket Lab, and we're going from July. We're just going to go out to July 31st because I don't want to trade this over earnings yet. We'll see if we can get out of this trade before earnings. So we're going to keep the 75 put. We're going to do the 100 call. We're going to collect 90 cents on this roll, maybe. I mean, look at this. These are wide markets. I don't like these wide markets. But we'll try to collect 90 cents to see if we can get something. Oh, that was easy. I should have probably won more. Dang it. Okay. I probably should have put in like $2 or something. Okay, so we got 90 cents on that. So now the trade is RKLB. And we are 175 for $0.90, $7.67. All right, so that's the new trade, but we still base it on our $2.65 original strangle. So I'm going to get out of this around $7. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go in here onto my Rocket Lab. I'm going to hit close. I'm going to try close this thing for 7. Good till canceled. Preview, send. So now that's sitting out there waiting. If it hits that, I collect my money from the sale. Anything else we got to do? See here, what do I have on Micron? I got 2 things here. Got my 800 put, and I've got my 550 put. This one came from one of the comments out there. This was a great trade. I'm gonna just leave this on. Look at the bid ask is wide. It's insanely wide. It's a July 550 put sale. Collected pretty good premium on that, $5.75. It was an earnings trade. Got some premium sucked out. Now it's just time value. So I'm just gonna go take a look at that to make sure we're good on that. July 31st. We're way out of the money. I mean, guys, this is over 2 standard deviations. And look at the bid ask is just massive. So I wonder, like, what if we just tried this? We're just going to put an order out here. Just close it, try and make most of the money back and free up our buying power. So I'm just going to put 80 cents. I'm just going to go a little bit over the bid and just see if somebody will bite on it. No, didn't think so, but doesn't hurt to try. Our AMD strangle, this also looks great. This was a sympathy trade I did with Micron, up $64. This one's almost ripe to take off because I only sold it for $4.50. So we're going to close this. $64. So I'm going to go preview, send, just go right in the mid price. Got it. Okay. So now I take my sticky note. All right, $64, circle it, stick it on the wall on trades that closed. Made some money. Now we at least got another one we can try put on. Palantir sitting at 33.50. Could be wide bid ask. So I'm going to go close and I'm going to try to get my $50 out of this. So I'm going to go $2.10. 2.1. If we can get this today, then we close this one at a profit. Send that. See if that hits. Robinhood. That's not going to be close. I don't need to put anything on there. Disney we just rolled. Rocket Lab we rolled. Akamai put. Why is this so bad? Nothing to do here. I think it's a 105 put. We just had this big red candle yesterday, which made it, put us a little bit in the red. So it's a July 105 put. I could roll this out since it is 21 days to expiration, and it looks like we might make a bounce here, but I'm just gonna let this roll. We're $8. We're still $8 out of the money from being, underwater, not underwater, but having our strike breached. I think 105 is right here. So I'm just gonna watch this a little bit longer. It's a cash secured put, and if it gets close, maybe we'll roll it out to August. When do they report? They report earnings August 6th. So let's just go take a look at what that would look like. So this is where we have the 105 put. It's why is it such a wide bid ask? It wasn't this wide when I put it on, I promise. Okay, so what is, these are probably going to be even worse. 265. So I could probably maybe roll it down to the 100 if I had to. Looks like that's how much time value we're going to get if I need to roll out in time and keep it before earnings. Otherwise, if we go over earnings, I mean, we could get it all the way down to 85. That looks like the comparable spread here, which would put us way down here. That might be the better trade. Is just play this thing over earnings if it keeps dropping, and that's likely to, I mean, if we got it here, that's basically where it trades forever, right? It's 85. I mean, we got so much over, like an 85 put makes a lot of sense here in August over earnings if we have to. But we'll just keep an eye on it. We're still $8 above our strike, so all good there. So let's, okay, so we closed AMD. We made $64 profit in like 2 days. So let's see if we can find something else to put on. So we'll go to Tasty Trade. I'm going to put on, just check the watch list here. Let's go to Tasty IVR. Intel's a 91, ServiceNow is a 71, Netflix, Meta, IBM is still a 62.5. Pepsi's got earnings coming up. UPS, how about that? 46.1. Sometimes I like these names that might not be so volatile and destroy you like Micron and Intel. Let's take a look at UPS. Earnings, I wish I had something that went out to August. United Health, how about that? Nope. Don't want to trade these over earnings. The ones I want to do right now, I don't want over. Let's go back and look at AMD again. When do they report? They report here, but this is 103 IV rank. All right, let's do this. We're going to get some big time premium here. Okay, AMD. Still super high, you know, but I'm going to go with 4 hour. So, I mean, can we get anything around this 430, 440, or 400 level and get any type of premium out of that? Let's look. I mean, look, we get premium all the way down to, holy all right, let's go. Let's go 400. I mean, shit, we could even go this breakout right here. 350. We can still, yeah, okay, so we're going 350. That's way out of the money. Okay, AMD. 350. Put. Call. Oh my gosh, can we still go 700 and make some money? Oh boy. That is awesome. Okay, let's go 750. Okay, so a 350, 750 strangle in July AMD, we can collect $7.78. I'm doing this right now. Again, guys, not financial advice, but I'm putting this trade on. Trade AMD. Okay, I'm going to add option. Sell. July 31st. Let me just make sure that date, earnings date, wasn't messed up, because sometimes it is. Thinkorswim's usually more accurate. 8/4/26. So it's not over earnings, right? This is very good. Okay, so let me pull this back open. So we got July 31st, 750 call. Yeah, we're getting that premium. Okay, and the spreads are wide, but we're gonna see what we can eke out of here. 753. I think I said 350. Is that what's on there? Yes. Okay. Put. So what? Oh wait, that's June. Okay. Okay, so we can collect 775. And the ask is 910. So I'm just gonna start at 910. Go next. What? What did I click on? What is this? This is weird. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Trade. Why is this automation thing in here? AMD, add option. That's usually never there. Sell. July 31st. July 31st. 750. 350. Put. okay, okay. My bad. I've got the wrong account selected up here. I got to go to a different account. Okay, here we go. Now we can do it. Okay. It was complaining because those other, I had all accounts filtered. I've got my kids some accounts on here, and they are not approved for option trading. So it's complaining. So sell July 31st, July 31st, 750, 350. That's our trade on 103 IV rank. Okay. Put 775. I'm going to start at $9 and work our way down to see if we can get the best price. Preview. Send. Obviously didn't get it. So I'm going to go down 10 cents at a time. We'll probably end up at the mid price, but guys, sometimes on these highly volatile and high IV stocks, you can get a better price. So I'm going 10 cents at a time. Send. AMD, I'm writing this down on my sticky note right now. It's 750, 350. And we don't know what we got on price yet. But look at the mid price did jump up a little bit. 840. Nope. 830. Nope. 825. Somebody's gonna bite. 820. 815. I'm gonna get below mid price. But sometimes, guys, I get this. Sometimes I get it. Sometimes I do. $8. Come on now. 795. Seems tedious, guys, but if you can scrape out, sometimes you get a good fill. It's worth it. We're gonna get mid price. Damn it. We're gonna get below mid price. 770. 775. There we go. Whatever. Bastards. So 775. All right. And that was a 103.5 IVR. So I just write a sticky note like this. If you can see that. That's really bad. I'm blocking my camera. Can't read it. But I write AMD, then I write the strangle on there. 775. 103.5 IVR. I keep track of the IV rank as we do these. Okay, so Palantir is almost getting ready to close. Heckami, we're leaving alone. AMD, just put that on. Disney, we rolled. Rocket Lab, we rolled. Hood, we rolled. All right, I probably have enough buying power for one more. Yeah. Let's see if we can find something that looks interesting. Strangle candidates. All right. Microsoft's at a 99 IV. SMH, so I'm not touching chips right now. They are too crazy. Even though I just did AMD, I'm not touching Micron or any of those. Taiwan Semi, QQQ. Honeywell is at an 81.8. Why? That's got earnings really soon. Moderna, Qualcomm, 204, BS, Boston Scientific, Abbott Labs, ServiceNow, Apple. Apple just took a big dump. Let's look at Apple. It released some pricing information. So you can see this big red candle. We're up at all-time highs. We're down to 276. Let's go to 4 hour. Clear these drawings. Looks like it wants to come back down. We should do something bearish in here. Let's go. When do they report? God dang it, they report July 30th. We have to go here. IV's elevated though, 71. 255. We could just put a strangle on and see if we can play a move today. So let's just look at the chart. If we think, like, if we can get 50 bucks out of this, right? So Apple's at 275. Do we play it down to 273? Do we see if it breaks this today? Right? It's Friday. 273.35. That means we would have like a $2 to $3 move. So what we can do is just put on some sort of, so this is a 13 delta, this is a 27 delta. What if we go like a 285, 250 strangle? We've got a 32 delta and a 9 delta. So if we move $3, we should collect $60, and maybe the IV will come back down a little bit as well. Just to see if we can extract some premium today on Apple. So like a 285, 250 strangle. I won't say it's a day trade, but looking at the chart, we might come back down and test these lows and can extract a little bit of premium along if there's some sort of IV crush today. So I'm just going to do it for fun. And then based on where it closes, I'll see if I just get out of it or keep it on. So add option. So I'm going to sell a strangle here. I'm going to do June. So this would be not today. Is that today's? No, that's July 17th. I'm in the wrong one. Go July. Okay, so we're going 285 and we're going to 250 put. Collect 460. If we get over, you can see my mouse over here. If we break to new highs, if we get over this 277, I'm probably just going to get out and cut my losses because this is a bearish trade for today. Let's see if we can extract some premium. However, if it keeps going down, if we come down to this 273 and maybe break it, I'll hold this into next week and see if we can extract some more premium out of this trade. But for right now, I'm going to try this. Preview, send. And Apple is turning green a little bit, so let's modify this. And oh, there it went, 460. Okay, so again, we're going to see if Apple gets above 278 today. I'm getting out. I'm going to cut my losses. If it goes back down to these lows over here, I'm gonna hang on to it over the weekend. So Apple AAPL, we did a 285, 250, and we collected 4.60. So what I'm gonna do now is there could be some IV crush. Who knows? There could be a lot of things that happen. Price movement along with IV. So I'm gonna go here. Close. We sold it for 460. I'm going to immediately put in a 4.1 and I'm going to go good till canceled. Maybe it hits. We collect 50 bucks on a quick trade today. Preview, send. All right, guys, that's it. That's all for today. Unless there's anybody here in the comments. If you're watching in the comments, you want me to analyze one of your stocks or find a trade for you, go ahead and throw it in the chat. We'll pull it up and see what we can find. Right now, recap the day. We got Micron. We've got 2 bullish trades on. We sold a 800 put. We sold a 550 put. The 550 put was over earnings. The 800 put was the next day. Palantir Strangle, we put this on. We are at a 135.90 Strangle, currently up $40. We're trying to make $50 on that one. So we look at Palantir. 135.90, so we're way up here, you know, all in all this chop, and 90 down here. This one's looking good. The next one we've got is the Disney. This is one we rolled today. Disney took a big dump, right? The candle was, and I put this on for my kid. He wanted to learn how to trade, so he's getting a lesson right now, how to roll your strangles. See, we put it on like right here when Disney was at like $100. Whew, right? I mean, it only moved $2, but still, it's we're down to 98. So we rolled that out. We rolled it out to 90, 110. We're going to trade this over earnings, which is fine in Disney. It's not super volatile. Then Robinhood, we're just leaving. We've got a 125.77 strangle on Robinhood. 125.77. So here it is right here, 125.77. This is still great. We're playing IV crush on this. Hopefully it stays in the middle. They had some record-breaking numbers, but also announced layoffs. Wait, let me see this here. 1 second, guys. That's a July 24th, so that's a weekly option trade. 60.5 when we put Robinhood on. Oh, I didn't write I usually write the IV rank on there, guys, when I make the trade. It helps me keep track of the IV crush, right? And see if it gets down way below the IV and I have some premium on it, it also goes into my decisions whether I'm going to close that thing or not. So Robinhood, 125.77, still looking good. We're right in the middle of the range. IV's still high, so we have some room for IV crush. We got a lot of room up and down. And like I said, Robinhood just reported that they had record numbers, but they also laid off 10% of their workforce. So there's a little push and pull on this, trying to determine what it does. So something right in the middle, if stock has a catalyst to the upside and to the downside, Strangle's usually a good bet. Then recapping the portfolio, we've got an AMD Strangle. We just put this on today. Giant range, 750, 350, all the way out to July 31st. This doesn't go over earnings, but let's look at AMD. So our range on AMD, I have to go out to like a 3-week chart. So 750, and these AI, who knows, these AI stock, it could blow right through that, the way these things have been trading. 350. So here's our strangle on AMD, this giant range. And if we go to the daily chart, it makes a little bit more sense, right? We put the put at this gap. Okay, so if it does fill the gap, there should be some support right here. Should be a bounce right here, and then 750 to the upside. I mean, God, how do we even model this move? Right, we're gonna draw some Fibonacci extension lines from here to here. Doesn't even go high enough. 423.6. That's right where we're at right now. Actually, that's probably why we went there. If you go from here down to this, right, we're stalled out right around this 520 range. We're right on it right now. So I tried to break out. I don't even know what the next move is. Probably have to model one of these other swings. So if I go to the 4-hour, like, so what are some price targets to the upside off of this move? We could go from here, 546, down to this 439. Okay, and then let's go back out to the daily. So you can see, let me remove this. We'll get rid of this one. So from the prior swing of this high, this 546 high right here, down to the low of 437, we've got a 1272 extension at 575 and a 2618 extension at 721, which is still below our 750. So these could also provide some algorithmic support. And let me put this one back on. And we also got a 613. So these are some technical levels that either traders or bots might be watching. So even to the upside, it's like, oh, we might hit some resistance, get a couple days back down, hit some resistance. And every time we hit resistance and get a day or two coming back down, that is time value of these options that's getting stripped away and goes into our pocket. Okay, what else do we got here? AMD, Rocket Lab, we rolled that one out. That's it, guys. So that is the portfolio management for this morning. Took about 30 minutes to go through those. We closed AMD, and we put AMD on pre-Micron earnings. So I put that on Tuesday. AMD shot up with Micron, came back down, settled in. IV came out. I got a $65 profit on that in 3 days. I usually shoot for $50 in profit on all these trades, and I can close between 10 and 20 trades a week usually. So that makes for some decent income. And yeah, so that's it, guys. Again, not too many people watching. This is my first live stream. I'm probably related to you, but throw your ticker in the chat if you want me to check it out. I'll hang out here for a few more minutes. Otherwise, that is all we got for today. We manage the portfolio. I'm not going to put any more trades on, but while I wait to see if anybody else hops on, we'll See if we can find anything else. McDonald's is at a 71. Meta 66. I usually do pretty good trading Waste Management. It's probably got earnings coming up though. Yeah. Chevron 53.1. It's got earnings in July. This watch list is supposed to filter out the earnings, but doesn't do a good job of it. Honeywell, Qualcomm. Let's do this. Let's click on this. The cool thing about Tasty Trade is this icon right here. This pulls up the Tasty Traders most recent trades. So we can just go to any date range from today. Have they put any trades on today? No, I'll just go from this week. See what they're trading. And I usually go over here, opening trades. All right, so 66% probability. Somebody sold an option in Intel. They sold the 130 put. Jeez. July 17th, 130 put in Intel. How did they make that much money on that? Oh, they're way up here. That's why. Why would they sell that? That's a bad trade. Okay, let's look at Intel. They're selling puts on Intel. Still at a 90. July 17th. So we can collect on 100 put. We can get 155 bucks. That's right down here at this support level. That's not a bad trade given Intel and the semiconductor, how hot they are right now. So that's an option, guys. Again, not financial advice. Selling a 100 Intel put with that high of an IV rank and the sector it's in. It looks like it came down. It's rebounding. Not a bad trade. What else they got going on here? Silver. Somebody rolled their silver because silver was taking a dump. Microsoft, what'd they do? Microsoft's down 100 bucks in a week. I'm buying the dip here with a defined risk Super Bowl, selling a 20-point wide put spread to finance a 40-point wide call spread. Looking for a near-term reversal. Okay, so he sold a put spread to finance a call spread. So he's got put on two bullish trades, banking, selling the put spread to collect premium to sell the call spread to make. No, that's a pretty good trade. Okay, let's go look at Microsoft. Analyze this thing. So he's playing the reversal. He's probably right. Look at that. Right? So he sold a 340, 320 to buy a 400, 440. And that was in August. Over earnings. He thinks they're going to have good earnings. So we got this. He sold this put spread, 320, 340, collecting 537. He doesn't think it's going to go below 340 to put on a 400, buy this, sell the 420. So he collected $1.78 for this trade. So if that's actually a really good trade. So if Microsoft does not go below 340, right? Because he sold this. So this is a bullish trade, and this is also bullish. If it stays above 340, he will collect $1.85, and if it gets anywhere between 400 and 420, that would be another $2,000. So where is 400 on the chart? That's a pretty interesting trade. So he's thinking by August, Microsoft's going to make a rebound back up to 420. He probably won't hold it over earnings. I like that trade actually. That seems like a really nice trade. Low risk. I might actually do that. What's the buying power? That only takes 1,800 in buying power. Because you're risking 2,000 on the downside. You're I might put that on. That is an interesting trade. All right, guys, I got to go. That's it for today. Again, Tasty Trade. Excellent platform. We manage the portfolio. We'll be back on Monday to see what happens.